We look kind of like we're doing a wedding photo right now.
We're doing a wedding photo. Hey, welcome back to the R&R Show. I'm Dr. Rod Berger, my buddy Richard Byrne. Normally you see us in different studios from different parts of the country. Today, Richard, we are at FETC in Orlando.
Place.
I know, same place. It's a little odd, isn't it?
It is. We're a little closer than normal, too. That's
well, in editing, we can always pair pretty close. But now, today, obviously, we are shoulder to shoulder here at FETC, which is one of the top, obviously, session. And hey, look, this is
how that goes. Sometimes
that's going to stick in post. We're going to stick that in there. That's really great. So people are so focused on technology, they don't even see what's right in front of them. To that point, Richard, I know you wanted to get into this session here that's sort of a kickoff for a lot of people at FETC. Talk about that.
So the session behind us that we got locked out of was TechShare Live. Even with our press passes, it was filled up. TechShare Live features 4 presenters who are sharing their favorite new tech tools of the year. And I think it's interesting that this is a session that gets filled up instantly, and sessions about more academic topics, if you will, the topics that a little more intellectual, not so much a, hey, here's a new tool, but the topics on funding, for example, or the topics on equity in schools, or heaven forbid, Common Core standards, or standards-based testing and assessment. Those sessions don't seem to fill up very quickly. What do you think about that?
Well, look, here's what I think is interesting about that, Richard, is the perception or the stereotypes that people have outside of education about education as an industry. Tell me, back when you were working inside schools, what was it like with discussions relative to technology or sort of the toys of the day that could be used in classroom versus the realities of the profession? Were there lots of discussions, or is this really just sort of par for the course?
I think it's funny. It depends on the school administration, I think, the school leader, and what they set the tone for in their department meetings or in their school-wide staff meetings. Because I've been in both situations where we had people who were very much all about, let's talk about the tools, and then we had people who said, no, I only want to know about one tool, and let's talk about the greater implications of it around the school. So, I think this is kind of a reflection of the people that come to conferences. I think this is a reflection of, these are the people who are really into technology, who are really vested in school. We all know the teacher who doesn't want to do anything beyond 3 o'clock, who doesn't want to go to that conference, doesn't want to do that. And what you see at a conference are the folks who are the most invested in education.
Tell me the challenge that conference goers are going to have when they leave Orlando, when they leave sort of the camaraderie, the community that is at a conference of this size and scale, when it comes to actually taking what they've learned, what they've been able to test out on the exhibit hall floor and actually applied it. And those discussions they have potentially at their schools about getting the technology that they saw and they love. Tell us about that.
So I think the big challenge for a lot of teachers who come to this and a lot of building level administrators who come to things like this is that you'll see something new and you'll see perhaps some exciting examples from other school districts, and then you go back to your own school district and you run up against the institution, if you will, of how do I get this change to happen? And the challenge is really to keep your enthusiasm for the change happening in the face of the institution saying, no, we don't need to go down that road, or we want to do more testing. I saw a great quote from Adam Bello, who is actually in the room behind us right now.
Back there.
He's back there. Adam Bello said, if your technology plan begins with buying stuff, your technology plan is probably going to fail because you really haven't had the conversation about how you're going to change the pedagogy in the school.
Yeah, no, I think that to me, for all conferences and experiences for the educators and even the building level administrators, that's the biggest challenge, is what do you do when you go home? So check out more of the R&R Show. Remember, #AskRichardByrne. We will get those questions, and if you send them here during the conference, we can do that as well, Richard. I say, all bets are off. We can do whatever we want now that we're in the same place.
Yeah. Oh, and just for fun, you can vote on whether or not I should keep this going.
Oh boy. Yeah, now that's a vote we need, right? See the realities of ed tech.